Cool. So we'll go ahead and get started in a child's pose, please. Find your way to your mat. Sit your hips onto your heels. Bow your torso forward and bring your forehead down to the floor. Give yourself a couple of moments to settle in and do your best to get as comfortable as you can get. So you can try on several different options to seek out that space of comfort. Maybe it's arms out long in front of you, palms face down. Or maybe it's your arms swept back by your sides, your palms facing gently up. You could spread your knees wide apart, create a little bit of space for your belly to hang in between your legs. Or you could draw your inner thighs close to one another and create a little bit more support for the weight of your torso. Once you've tried on your options and found the ones that feel uniquely tailored to this body that made it to this mat on this particular morning or afternoon, depending on where you are, close your eyes, settle in. Drop the weight of your body into the floor and begin to feel for the process of your breath. The rise of every inhale as it draws in through the nose, along the back of the throat, swirling wide in the soft tissue of your lungs. The fall of every exhale as you sink and melt a little deeper into the floor. I'll invite you to approach this practice with a beginner's mind. See if you can, right from the start, choose to know less so that you might discover more throughout this hour. Stay really curious and kind with yourself. Know that you never need to push or force. At any moment, if you need a moment of rest, you can always come back here. Find this child's pose, create it for yourself, and come back to the steady, metered nature of your breathing. Smooth breaths in and soft breaths out. I'll invite you, whenever it feels good to you, to give your breath a little bit of sound, a little bit of vibration. That might come out like an HA ha or an HM or a soft flutter of your lips. Using those gentle vibrations to soften into the effort that you might be in at any given moment. Let's go ahead and find one right here, right now, all together. Gently exhale out all of your air with an SH. Take a big breath in, let it fill you up, front to back, side to side, top to bottom. And let it go, HA. It might feel nice to begin to gently rock your forehead right to left. Massage along the space of your eyebrows from one temple along to the other. You could allow that sway to begin to snake its way down your torso into your hips. Let them rock a little bit back and forth, back and forth. Now, if they're not there already, softly crawl your fingers forwards towards the front edge of your mat. A couple of moments to awaken your hands. Wiggle through your fingertips, each and every knuckle. Fan your fingers wide. Feel the skin stretch along your palms. Walk your hands a little more forward, a little bit more forward, so that your forearms and your elbows lift from the mat. Use the reach of your arms to open up the lengthened space along the sides of your torso. Fan your fingers wide, dig into the bottom set of knuckles, right where your fingers meet your palm. On your next inhale, curl your toes under, and on your exhale, send your hips skyward. Come into an upside down V shape. It might feel like a really big movement right at the beginning of your practice, so greet it with some softer, smaller movements. That might look like pedaling through your feet, rooting one heel to the mat and then the other. You might bend both your knees deeply to open up the space of your lower back. You might rock your shoulders forward over your wrists and then slide your chest back towards your thighs a couple of times. Nod your head yes, or shake it side to side. Just some free form, intuitive movement here. Take a moment, reaffirm the push of your hands into the floor. Really feel your upper arms ignite. On your next inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. On your exhale, peel open your right hip and move it around. Feel it out. So just continuing on in this free-form exploration, it doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Roll the hip, bend the knee, rotate the ankle, maybe just softly shake out your leg a little bit, inviting movement into your body. Lovely, Kate. Come back to center. Take an inhale, reach the right leg long, 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 and softly place your foot back down to the floor. Right on your next inhale, lift your left leg long behind you. Exhale, yawn, open the left hip and move it around, feel it out. Taking some time to maybe notice how your left side feels a little different from your right side. Feel it out, open it up, infuse a sense of spaciousness through your hip, your knee, your ankle. Take an inhale to reach the left leg long, 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 and then softly step your foot back down to the floor. Inhale, glance forward, deeply bend your knees, and exhale, gently walk to the front edge of your mat. Come to hang heavy in a forward fold. When you reach the front edge of your mat, separate your feet a comfortable width, about hips distance, so about 6 to 8 inches in between your inner arches. Turn your second toe more forward so that your feet look like the number 11. And then from there, again, it could be a little bit playful. You might sway a little side to side. You might bend one knee, bend the other, bend both knees deeply and lay your belly on your thighs. It might feel good to grasp for opposite elbows or interlace the hands behind the nape of the neck. Good. And then begin to settle yourself at center. On your next inhale, take a half lift. Scoop your low belly in and reach the center of your chest forward. Nice. So your hands can rise to your shins or your thighs for a bit more support. As you press hands into legs, reach the center of your chest forward. Pull your shoulder blades back towards your hips, opening up space through the sides of your neck. Really nice, Melanie. Firm belly. Take one more deep inhale, fill it up. And then exhale, let it drop. Hang heavy forward, fold. We'll find that same action to the rhythm of one breath. Inhale, take a half lift, firm belly, long spine. And the moment your exhale comes, drop it, forward fold. Good. On your next inhale, swing yourself forward and up. Come to stand tall in a mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Settle into your 2 feet. As soon as you're able, gently close your eyes. Take your focus inward and find some time to feel what it feels like to stand tall right here, right now. See how fine-tuned you can create that awareness. Let it start all the way in the soles of your feet. Notice where your weight is living and work to even it out between big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. As you kick down through the floor, feel the muscles of your legs ignite. Scoop your low belly up and in as you drop the top of your butt towards the bottom of your butt to lengthen out your lower back. Feel the length spiral up the sides of your waist, through your rib cage, up your armpits, your inner elbows, all the way through your long and lively fingertips. Soft shoulders, soft face. If your eyes are closed, you might gently flutter them open. Kick more into your heels, look up, take an inhale, lift your chest, look up, maybe a little bit back. And then on your exhale, dive forward, hang heavy forward, fold. Again, marrying that movement to the rhythm of one breath. On an inhale, swing yourself forward and up. Go so far up that you go gently back. Find the peak of your mountain. And the moment your exhale comes, dive forward, hang heavy. Now keep going, just like that. Every inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Every exhale, dive forward, forward fold. And we won't put a number on it, so you don't have to count or keep track of how many you've done. Do your best to get lost in the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the rise of every inhale as it fills you up, balloons your lungs, and lifts the center of your chest skyward. Feel the fall of every exhale as you empty yourself out, pull your belly in, and allow for the broadening of the backside of your body. If you're able, close your eyes, begin to feel what it feels like to move big and grand and carve your skin through the air around you. The next time you find yourself in a forward fold, take it one last time. Your breath, your movement. Kick down through your heels to reach just a little longer through the tips of your fingers. And when you find yourself back in a forward fold once more, do less there. Drop your head heavy, surrender to gravity. Inhale, take a half lift, pull your belly in, reach your heart forward. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step your feet back into space and pause in an upper push-up plank. Here, stack your shoulders right over your wrists. So, Amita, see if you can walk your hands in just a little bit towards one another. Yes, exactly. Shoulders right over the wrists. Good. Fan your fingers wide, push into your palms to activate your upper arms and lift your middle back in line with your shoulder blades. Keep the low belly hollowed up and in to help support the weight of your hips, and let your legs help you. Kick back through your heels, activate your thighs. If you ever need a little bit more support from your legs, you can always bring your knees down to the floor and give yourself that support. Here we'll build the elements of our first flow. We're going to take this one kind of slow, so try to stay with the words. Let's start with a breath. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty. Inhale, lean your chest forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, elbows in by your sides. Good. Inhale, scoop your chest forward and pause here in your upward facing dog. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Push into your palms, roll your shoulders down your back, kick into the tops of your feet, firm up on the fronts of your thighs. One more deep inhale to lift the chin, look up. And then exhale, curl the toes under, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Really nice work there. We'll just take a couple of moments to now firm up the architecture of our downward facing dog. Everyone, just for a moment, take a gentle bend behind your knees. Try to lift the bottom of your butt higher towards the ceiling as you draw your chest back towards your thighs. Good. Wrap your armpits in towards one another, broadening out the backs of your shoulders. And let's find a breath here together. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty. Squeeze your belly firm. Inhale, deep, full, new breath in. Let it go, HA. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Exhale, slowly draw your knee to your nose. Roll your shoulders over your wrists and round out your back. Good. Inhale, reach your leg long behind you. Exhale, knee to nose again. Pull the belly in. Try to get your thigh close to your chest. Inhale, reach it long. This time, exhale, knee to nose. As you do, look forward and step your foot in between your two hands at the front edge of your mat. Good. Rotate your back heel down to the floor and inhale, rise up for a warrior one. Give yourself a couple of moments to settle into it. Right from the start, sit low into your front thigh. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. Good, Hannah. Kick into your back heel, the pinky side edge of your back foot, to softly roll your left hip forward as you pull your right hip back. Gather your low belly up and in. Lift your heart tall. Soften your shoulders across your back. See if you can soften your vision. Maybe close your eyes. Take a couple of moments to feel out the space that you've created and continue to fill it with soft, supple, easy breath. Sit just a little lower if you're able. Take an inhale, reach up tall. On your exhale, peel open, warrior two. Reach your right arm forward and your left arm back. Good. Yeah, lots of you just took a longer stance. Feel free to do so that you can sit just a little lower in your front thigh and keep your front knee stacked over your front ankle. One day sitting so low that the bottom of your right thigh comes parallel to the floor. So as you really take up space and expand, also feel for a sense of containment. Root into your heels without moving them. Think of pulling them in towards one another, gathering the energy up your legs into the base of your pelvis. Let that spiral up your long torso as you pull your belly in and lift your chest tall. Spread your arms wide apart, pull long, middle finger to middle finger. Just a little bit more, Lisa. Yeah, take one more deep inhale, fill it up. And then on your exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back and move yourself through a flow. Upper to lower, push-up plank. One big inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale takes you back into downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, inhale, float your left leg long behind you. Slowly pull your knee to your nose, roll your shoulders over your wrists, round your spine. Inhale, reach it long, kick it back. Exhale, slow, knee to nose. Use the strength of your belly, chin into chest. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, knee to nose. As you do, look forward. Place your foot in between your hands. Good, Meg. Rotate the back heel down. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. So set it up on this side with just as much care and specificity as you did on the previous side. Sit low in the front thigh, kick into the two heels. On this side, wrapping the right hip forward, pulling the left hip back. Good. Low belly up and in, heart tall. See if you can squeeze your elbows just a little straighter, Janine. That's it. Reaching long through the pinky fingers of your hand. Soft shoulder, soft jaw. Sit with it, stay with it, and fill it with your focus. Fill it with your breath. Sit just a little lower. Take an inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, peel it open wide. Warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. Feel what it feels like to take up a whole lot of space. Sit low in your front thigh. Kick into your two heels. Spread your arms wide apart, middle finger to middle finger. Try to feel that reach coming from the very center of your armpits, broadening open your rib cage and creating more space in which to breathe. If you're able, turn your chin forward over your left shoulder, lengthen out the right side of your neck. Nice, Evan. Take one more deep inhale, fill it up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step the left foot back and move yourself through a flow. Your flow is 4 movements to connect you to 2 steady breaths, and then keep going. 1 breath per 1 movement. Take warrior 1 and warrior 2. If you want to keep the knee to nose core work in there, feel free to keep it in. If you'd prefer to move straight into the warrior postures, feel free to move straight into the warrior postures. More than anything else, these 1 breath, 1 movements are your opportunity to really hone in on your own intuition and move in a way that feels uniquely full and satisfying for your own body. Allowing your breath to guide the way, softly challenging that capacity for breath. How big can you get on every inhale? How empty can you spill yourself on every exhale? So nice. So as you move to the rhythm of your own breath, inevitably you'll find your way back to downward facing dog before or after your neighbor. And that'll be true throughout the duration of this class. I'll invite you to always be where you are. So never just hanging out or waiting for the next thing, always full of awareness and care. So when you find downward facing dog, although it's a more still space, feel for the movement of your breath within it. Every inhale to push the floor away, to lift your hips a little higher. Every exhale, maybe to sink your heels a little closer to the floor, lengthening out the backs of your legs. If you're in a space where it's available to you, gently exhale out all of your air, SH. Take a deep, full, new breath in, fill it up. Let it go, HA. From downward facing dog, inhale, glance forward, bend your knees. Exhale, gently hop or walk to the front edge of your mat. When you get there, inhale, take a half lift, pull your belly in, reach your heart forward. And exhale, let it drop. Hang heavy, forward fold. Check back in with your feet. Set them up that hips width apart, 6 to 8 inches in between. Second toe pointed forward. On your next inhale, sit your seat low, reach your arms tall, settle into it, find your chair pose. Rock the weight back into the center of your heels, shift your shins back in space to open up the fronts of your ankles. One day sitting so low, bottom of thighs come parallel to the floor. Maybe sit a little lower, Q. Scoop your lower belly up and in, nice. Swing the center of your chest forward and up, long arms and soft shoulders. Now check back in with your breath. Keep it smooth, keep it steady. And a really good measure of that you're breathing well is, could you still have a conversation? Could maybe you still be able to sing? Because right here we have Tina May in our class and it's her birthday. So we're gonna all sing happy birthday, staying right where we are. You'll have to listen to my awful singing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Maybe sit a little lower. Happy birthday, Tina May. Happy birthday to you. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up, go up. Exhale, dive forward, hang heavy, and let it go. Give yourself a moment, nod the head, shimmy the hips, soften, soften, soften. Now take a gentle bend behind your knees, tuck your chin into your chest, and begin to roll yourself up to standing, inch by inch, bone by bone. As you come to standing tall, inhale, roll your shoulders forward and up towards your ears. Exhale them down and back towards your hips. Inhale them forward and up. And exhale them down and back. And then without looking down, toe heel your feet all the way together. Create one strong inner leg beneath you. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers and release just your index fingers. So like a Charlie's Angel type of grip. Kick into your heels, take an inhale, reach up, 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 exhale. Go up and over towards your right. Reach your fingertips towards your right as you bump your hips over towards the left, a standing half moon. Drive down through your heels, scoop your low belly in and lift your heart tall. For most of us, roll your right shoulder a little bit more forward in space to keep your heart lifted and proud. Good. Squeeze your palms together, reach your arms a little longer. Take one more smooth inhale. On your exhale, draw it all the way back up to center. Inhale, reach up, 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 and then exhale, up and over towards the left. Fingertips towards the left, hips towards the right. Good. Weight in the heels. Activate the fronts of your thighs. Scoop your belly in. Heart lifted tall. Squeeze your palms together. Use the strength of your left arm to pull more lift and length through the right side of your body. Maybe take a moment to flutter your eyes closed. Take one more big inhale across your right side ribs, and then exhale, draw it back up to center. Keep your arms lifted. Lift your chin up and look up to your hands. Here we'll take an extended arm back bend. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Kick down through your heels. Reach up, up, up. Go up, over, back, and down. Pull your fingertips across the ceiling towards the wall behind you or towards the trees behind you. Hips forward, lift the chest. Reach back, look back, go back. And then slow, use the strength of your belly to rise back up to center. Good. Inhale, tall at the top. And then exhale, dive forward and down. Forward fold. Keep your legs together here. Bend your knees deeply. Lay your belly on your thighs. So make a firm connection between the front of your torso and the front of your legs. Wrap your arms behind your legs. Bring your hands to the backs of your calves or the backs of your ankles, or if it feels good, you can scoop up your heels from behind. Drop your head heavy, and then keeping this nice hug of your belly against your thighs, you might begin to lift the bottom of your butt towards the ceiling to begin to stretch the backs of your legs as well. So a 360-degree stretch from your heels up through your hips, from your hips down your torso, through the crown of your head. Scoop the belly in to support the low back, and maybe try to slide your torso a little bit more down your legs for 3, 2, 1. Gently let that go. Inhale, take a half lift, firm belly, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, step or hop back, and move yourself through a flow. Big inhale in upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders down the back, puff the heart forward. Back in downward facing dog. We'll find a cleansing breath all together. Exhale out all of your air. SH. Empty any stale, hot effort. Inhale, it's a new breath, a new moment. HA. From downward facing dog, inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Exhale, slowly knee to nose, pull the belly in, round the spine. Inhale, reach your leg long, long, long. This time, exhale, right knee to right elbow. Reach the center of your chest forward like a half lift. Good. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, draw your right knee across your body to your left armpit. Gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, reach it long. Now as soft as you can, step your foot in between your hands at the front edge of your mat. Back heel down, inhale, rise up. It's warrior 1. Exhale, peel open for warrior 2. Settle in like you already know how. Sit low, reach wide. Kick into your heels. Choose to stay low in your lunge. Flip your right palm towards the ceiling. Reach it forward, reach it up. Up, 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 and gently back for your reverse warrior. Kick down through your heels, scoop your belly in. Try to remind yourself back into a similar sensation of that standing half moon. So keep rolling your right shoulder forward over your left shoulder, and then lift your left ribs up into your right ribs. Pull your right arm long to expand the space through right ribs and right armpit. Take one more deep inhale, fill it up. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat, step the right foot back, and move yourself through a flow. Good. When you get back to downward facing dog, inhale, lift the left leg long behind you. Exhale, slowly knee to nose, pull the belly in, round the spine. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, maybe even higher up on the left tricep. Cool, Lena. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, left knee across the body. Try to touch it to your right arm. Inhale, reach it long. Now again, soft as you can, step your foot in between your hands. Rotate the back heel down, rise up for warrior one. Exhale, peel open for warrior two. Give yourself a moment to land, to settle in, to sit low in your front thigh as you reach wide across your arms. Flip your left palm skyward, reach it forward, reach it up. Up, 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 and gently back, creating a tremendous arc through your left side body. Drive down through your heels, scoop your belly in. Lift your left rib skyward as you pull your left arm long. Maybe a gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest to stay long. Yes, Sarah Weiser, through the back of your neck. Take one more deep inhale to reach, reach, reach. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back. Move yourself through a flow. And then this will be our final one breath, one movement for this class. So take it on your own. Warrior one, warrior two, reverse warrior. Again, option to keep the core work in there. Knee to nose, knee to elbow, knee to opposite arm. Make choices for yourself based on how your body is feeling today, right? And remembering that taking care of yourself is different than bailing on yourself, right? Really give yourself the chance to challenge yourself, to create new ideas of what you're capable of. When you think you can't, see if you can breathe a little deeper and try anyway. And if your breath becomes held or choppy or forced, remember that you can always choose rest instead. Moving through your flows, remember that you can always drop the knees to the mat for a little bit more support. You could always add in an extra push-up for a little bit more intensity. Again, be the curator of your own experience and create something that feels good for you today. Continue to take your time. Continue to move to the pacing of your own breath. This time we'll meet all together on all fours in some cat-cow postures. So when you find your way back to downward facing dog after your left side through, using the strength of your belly, you'll softly lower your two knees onto the floor. Stack your palms underneath your shoulders, stack your knees underneath your hips. On every inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze and your tail towards the ceiling, broadening out the center of your chest. On every exhale, scoop your low belly up and in. Push into your palms, gaze towards your navel as you round your spine. Now you can keep on in these cat-cow postures. If you want something a little bit more free form that feels just like shaking off all of your previous effort, you're welcome to find something like that. Maybe a roll of the neck, a jump rope of the ribs, a sway of the hips, a bend of the elbows. Just a chance to floss out all of your joint spaces. Good. And then begin to allow all of that movement to soften, to settle, come into a long neutral spine. So halfway in between your cat and your cow, try to feel your back like a tabletop, one long line from your seat through the crown of your head. Good. Fan your fingers wide. On your next inhale, reach your right arm forward. Kick your left leg back, coming into spinal balance. So reaffirm your connection to the floor. Push into your left palm, activate your left arm, and kick into your right shin. So much so it might feel like you're lifting up and out of your right hip. Pull your right fingertips more forward as you reach your left leg more back. Get really long. Take a smooth inhale. On your exhale, pull your knee to your elbow underneath yourself. Tuck your chin into your chest and curl your spine. Inhale, reach your body long. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Keep pushing into your points of connection with the floor. One more time. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, elbow to knee, hug it in tighter, tighter, tighter. Inhale, reach it long, and then softly place your palm and your shin right back down to the floor. Take a smooth breath in and a soft breath out. Right on your next inhale, left arm forward, right leg back. Create the balance on the other side, right? And balance is never fixed or rigid. It's a constant exploration. So if it begins to wobble or shake, no worries. If you fall out, pick it up, try again. Find the energetics of it as you push into the floor. Reach your body longer, fingertips more forward, leg more back, firm right thigh. Take a smooth inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath yourself. Get as tight into a little ball as you can. Good. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Scoop it in hand. Inhale, reach it long. Last one. Exhale, elbow to knee, maybe even knee to forehead. Inhale, reach it long. And then softly plant the palm and the shin back down onto the mat. Here we'll take a more restorative moment. We'll thread the needle. Take an inhale, reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Open up your chest towards the long side edge of your mat. And then dive your right arm underneath your left arm. Come to rest on the top of your right shoulder. You can keep your left palm planted right underneath your left shoulder for some support. You could crawl your left hand forward to the front edge of your mat to lengthen out the left side of your body. Or to find more twist, you could snake your left arm behind your back and try to catch a hold of your inner right thigh. Find a space that you can sustain. Close your eyes and breathe into it. Let your breath slow your heart by lengthening out your exhales. If it moved, replant the left palm underneath the left shoulder. Take an inhale to reach the right arm all the way back up to the ceiling, and then softly plant the right palm down. Inhale the left arm up, up, up. Open up your chest, and then on your exhale, dive your left arm through your right. Soften into the top of your left shoulder. Again, here, you're really close to the floor. You have a lot of support, so do your best to gently close your eyes. Take your vision inward so that you might highlight the sensations moving through your body. Especially in a more still posture, you might feel all the residual effort still weaving its way through your muscles and joints. See if you can watch as that slowly begins to dissipate. And then if it moved, right palm underneath the right shoulder, inhale the left arm up, 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 and softly plant the left palm down onto the floor. Fan your fingers wide. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, send the hips skyward. Come into your downward facing dog. Cool. Back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Soft as you can, step your foot in between your two hands. Rotate your back heel down to the floor. Inhale, rise up and pause in your warrior one. Sit low into your front thigh, two heels firmly on the floor. So here we'll prepare for a humble warrior. You might toe heel your right foot a little bit more towards the right side edge of your mat, widening out your base. Now drape your arms back behind you, interlace your hands in one big fist. Take an inhale, punch down and back towards your left heel, squeeze your shoulder blades together and puff your chest up. On your exhale, slow, dive forward and down to the inside of your right thigh. So try to get your right shoulder inside your right knee. Drop your head heavy, tuck your chin into your chest, just like we were just doing on all fours. Curl into yourself. Try to bring your nose towards your belly button. Maybe sit a little lower in your lunge. Try to get the crown of your head just a little closer towards the floor. Good. Now keep your body right where it is. Release your hands and bring them down to the inside of your right foot. Moving into ankle bind, snake your right shoulder underneath your right thigh. Clasp your two hands at your right ankle. Now you have even more connection with the floor. Shove the floor away as you lift your hips high. Curl yourself even tighter in to one day get your torso underneath your right leg. Good. One more smooth cycle of breath. And then gently unwind yourself. Plant your right palm to the inside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling and come into side angle pose. You might need to re-navigate your feet a little bit more so that they're more in one long line. Reach your right armpit forward, scoop your belly in, and spread your arms wide apart like a warrior two to broaden open your chest. Then reach your left arm forward over your left ear, extended side angle. Good. Power down through your heels. Yeah, you know it, Corinne. Pull the belly in and lift the right arm up to meet the left, biceps framing the ears for your core strengthener. We won't be here long. Sit a little lower, reach a little wider. Take a smooth inhale. On the exhale, warrior two, open it up. Right arm forward, left arm back. You got it. Stay with it. Flip your right palm towards the ceiling. Reach it forward. Reach it up. Up, 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 and gently back. Reverse warrior. From here, we're going to move into balancing half moon. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, dive your right hand forward and down. Kick into your right heel and lift your left leg into the air. So doing your best to keep your hips and your chest facing just like they were in your side angle, open towards the long side edge of your mat. Yeah, it's balanced, so play with it. You might wobble, you might fall. Maybe you begin to lift your right hand off of the floor to further test that balance. Good, Lisa. Take one more smooth inhale. Looks so good, Brenna. One big breath in, and then standing split. Bring your two hands down to the floor. Drop your head heavy. Roll your left hip forward, but keep lifting your left leg as high up as you can. First, focus on straightening out that left leg. So it might not be quite as high, but firm up on the left thigh to straighten the left knee. And then squeeze the left glute to send the left leg just a little bit higher. Take one more smooth inhale. On the exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot down to meet the right foot. Hang soft, hang heavy. Give yourself a moment, right? You just did a lot of work, so give yourself a lot of rest. Listen carefully. Inhale, take a half lift, firm belly, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat. Keep your left foot right where it is and step your right foot all the way back to the back edge of your mat. Keep your right heel lifted towards the ceiling, all 10 toes pointed forward. Kick into your feet and inhale, rise up into a high crescent lunge. So you just spent a whole lot of time in a deep lunge on your right-hand side. Now using this high lunge as a chance to stretch out the front of that right thigh. So sit low into your left thigh. Good, Yvonne. Scoop the bottom of your pelvis forward to open up the front of your right hip flexor. And at the same time, try to lift the back of your right knee higher towards the ceiling. Good. Bring your palms to press overhead. Drag them down to the center of your chest. One long line from elbow tip to elbow tip. Inhale, puff your heart, and exhale, twist to your left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Press your arm into your leg and shove your top palm into your bottom palm, using those as points of leverage to deepen your twist. Keep your belly nice and firm. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. You could try a flyaway, reaching your arms away from one another, broadening the chest. You could move to a bind, releasing the left arm behind the back, one day searching out the right fingertips underneath the left thigh. Good. One more deep inhale across your chest. On the exhale, roll yourself back to center. Stay low in your lunge. Reach your arms up overhead, biceps frame your ears. Good, Alakshi, sit just a little lower, and then go for it. Reach up, look back, gentle back bend. So nice. And then gently bring your hands to the floor. Step your left foot back and move through a flow. Use your flow to reset your body. Breathe deep, breathe full. And then back in downward facing dog. Why not breathe all together? Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty. Squeeze the belly firm. Inhale, deep, full, new breath in. Hey, Che. Hey, Christian. Inhale, reach the left leg long behind you. Exhale, softly step your foot in between your two hands. Again, dial the back heel down. Inhale, rise up. And pause, warrior one. Give yourself a moment to settle into it. Again, if it felt supportive to take a wider base of support, go ahead and give yourself that wider base by toeing your left foot a little bit more towards the left side edge of your mat. Drape your arms back behind you, interlace them in one big fist. Punch down, punch back towards your right heel, lift your chest tall, and then slow with control, dive forward, dive down to the inside of your left thigh. Now you know you're not gonna have to lift back up from this humble warrior, so really get low into it. Sit low into your front thigh, kick into your right heel to roll your right hip forward, scoop your belly in, nose towards your belly button, reach your arms a little bit more towards the front of your mat. Good, Kevin. One more smooth inhale. On your exhale, release your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Snake your left shoulder underneath your left thigh. Wrap your hands around your left ankle, ankle bind. Good, Caitlin. Yeah, the higher you keep your hips, the more space you'll have to one day get more of your torso underneath your left leg. Keep pulling the belly in. Keep breathing into the space behind your shoulder blades. Gently unwind yourself. Plant your left palm to the inside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, side angle. Use your left arm into your left leg to scoop your left butt cheek a little bit more underneath your body. Spread your arms wide. Reach your right arm up, 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 and then reach it forward towards the front of the room. Right arm over the right ear, extended side angle. Kick into your heels, scoop your belly in, inhale, lift your left arm up to meet your right, biceps framing your ears, core strengthener. Good, try to keep yourself yearning forward over your front thigh while you scoop your left ribs underneath your right. One more smooth inhale. On the exhale, peel it open, warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back, sit low, reach wide. You got it, stay breathing. Flip the left palm skyward, reach it forward, reach it up, 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 and gently back. One big inhale in your reverse warrior, and then be bold, balancing half moon. Dive your left hand forward and down, kick into your left heel, lift your right leg up, fall 100 times. So good, kitty. Keep on trying, and squeeze your butt cheeks together to roll your right hip up on top of your left hip. Less about creating a picture with your body, more about energizing through all the corners of you, down through your left foot, forward through your left armpit, back through your right heel, up through your right fingertips. One more time, big inhale. On your exhale, two hands to the floor, keep the right leg lifting, roll the right hip forward and drop the head heavy. Your standing leg, your left leg, can have a little bit of a bend in it. But again, try to squeeze your lifted leg, your right leg, as straight as it will go. Pull long through the tips of your right toes. Good. And then lift your right leg just a little higher. Yeah, no, one more time. Drop the head a little heavier and lift the leg one more time. So good. Step your right foot down to meet your left, forward fold. Hang soft, hang heavy. It might feel good to give yourself a little shimmy, a little shake. Good. Inhale, take a half lift, pull your belly in, reach your heart forward. This time, exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Keep your right foot right where it is. Step your left foot all the way back to the back edge of your mat. Keep your left heel lifted high, all 10 toes pointed forward. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Good. Give yourself a moment to settle into it, to feel out the weebles and the wobbles. See if you can sit a little lower in your front thigh and kick your back heel a little higher in space, Meg. Yeah, you knew it. Good. Lifting the back of your left thigh skyward. Bring the palms pressed overhead and drag them down to center chest. Inhale, puff your heart. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Arm into leg, top of palm into bottom palm. Roll the chest open. Slow it down with your breathing. Breathe across your chest. Maybe go for that flyaway or that bind. Again, whenever you start to feel like, oh, this is no big deal, I got this, challenge it a little further. And if you fall out in that challenging yourself, who cares, right? You found a new edge. Now you try again. Take one more smooth inhale. On the exhale, roll it back to center. Stay low. Try not to touch the floor. Reach your arms up overhead. Biceps frame your ears. Use your base. Kick into your feet. Look up. Reach up. Maybe a little bit back. On your exhale, 2 hands to the floor. Step your right foot back and move through your flow. Good. Back in downward facing dog. Exhale out all of your air. SH. Inhale deep, full and new. HA. Inhale, roll your heart forward. Come into an upper push-up plank. Shoulders over wrists, hips in line with shoulders. We're going to take 3 yogi push-ups on our way to lying on our bellies. Inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, lower just halfway down, elbows in by your sides. And then squeeze it straight back up, firm belly. Exhale, lower halfway again. Try to give yourself a beat there. And then push it straight back up. One more time. Exhale, lower halfway down, firm belly, elbows in. Squeeze it straight back up. And then slower than you want to, begin to lower all the way down onto the front side of your body. When you get there, gaze towards your right, left ear on the mat. Swing your arms back by your sides, palms face up. Let your heels fall open, fall into the floor. Surrender the weight of your body and do less. Next, we'll move into a baby cobra. Bring your chin to the center of the mat. Plant your palms right underneath your shoulders, just like you were about to do another push-up. Elbows up towards the ceiling, hug them in towards your body. Squeeze your inner legs together, inner thighs, inner calves, toes and heels zipped as one. Yeah, Brenna. Kick down through the tops of your feet, firm up on the fronts of your thighs. On an inhale, lift your heart forward and up. Less weight in the hands, but go ahead and keep them on the floor. Use them as a tracker to pull your chest forward as you draw your elbows more down and back towards your hips. Heart forward, throat forward. Lift your chin up and look back towards your eyebrows. Take one more smooth inhale. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Gaze towards your left, right ear on the floor. So beautiful, Kaylin. Heels flop open to provide a little bit more release through your lower back. Smooth breath in and soft breath out. Now, bring your chin back to the center of the mat. This time, interlace your hands in a fist at the base of your spine. Squeeze your inner legs together again, one strong leg behind you. Exhale out all of your air as you push the front of your pelvis into the floor. Inhale, lift everything up, arms up, legs up, chest up. Squeeze the palms together to squeeze the shoulder blades more together. Punch back, lift the chest. Squeeze your inner thighs, lift the thighs up by squeezing your butt. Look up, go up. One more big inhale. Exhale, slowly place your body down. Really nice, Caitlin. Gaze towards the right, left ear on the mat, giving the opposite side of your neck a gentle stretch. We'll take one last posture here on the belly. We'll move into a floor bow. Chin to the center of the mat. Kick your heels to your butt. Reach behind you and grasp a hold of the outside edges of your feet. Again, inner thighs as close together as you can. They might not be touching. That's okay. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty. And then on your inhale, kick straight up towards the ceiling. Let your kick drive the pose. So try to kick your toes up towards the ceiling, and then use the strength of your back as you roll your shoulders back, heart forward, chin up, and then think chin back in space. So one day you see your toes above your head. Kick like crazy. One more big inhale. And then slow, lower the body down. Nice, Janine. Gaze the opposite direction. Again, give the other side of your neck a gentle stretch. Smooth breath in, soft breath out. And then chin to the center of the mat, hands underneath your shoulders. Gently press yourself up to standing on your two knees, and we'll seal off this series of back bends with a camel pose. Knees about hips width apart, stack your shoulders over them. Bring your hands to your lower back, heel of your wrist just beneath your lowest rib. Fingers pointing straight down, draw your elbows in towards one another. Go slow, there's no rush. Kick into the tops of your shins. Draw your belly in, lift your chest up, lift your chin up, and look up to see the ceiling. As you see the ceiling, maybe look across it towards the back wall. If you see the back wall and your breath is still fluid in and out through your nose, then maybe you reach for your heels, fingers on the inside and thumbs on the outside. Good. Feel for an opening of space through the fronts of your thighs, your hips, your belly, your chest, your throat, maybe all the way to your bottom eyelid. Take one more smooth inhale. On the exhale, hands to the low back, rise up top. Sink your hips down to meet your heels. Do your best to find a point of stillness. Sit tall, hands in the lap, either face up or nestled together at center chest. Soften the shoulders. If you're able, close your eyes. Draw everything inward. Give yourself space and time to sit with yourself. Nothing to fix, nothing to micromanage or manipulate. Just everything to feel and watch and experience. Softly exhale out all of your air, SH. Inhale deeper, fuller, wider than you thought you could. Feel your skin expand. HA. Softly slide your hands down your thighs onto the floor in front of you. Curl your toes under and then send your hips up towards the ceiling and come back into your downward facing dog. Hips high, head low. Maybe move it around, pedal the feet, nod the head. And now we'll move into half pigeon, starting on the right-hand side. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Bend at your right knee and softly swing it forward. Place your right knee all the way over to the right side edge of your mat. So try to get it wider than your right wrist so that you can outwardly rotate your upper leg bone and your hip socket. Pull your left leg straight back behind you. Lift your chest tall and then begin to lengthen forward over your front thigh. Settle in. Then when you're able, do your best to close your eyes. Again, just like in your hero's pose, do less fixing, micromanaging, manipulating. See if you can allow yourself to be held by the floor beneath you by surrendering your body weight into its support. Breathe smooth, breathe slow. Let every inhale fill you up and create spaciousness in your body. Let every exhale be the chance to sink and fall into that space. Finding a breath here all together. Gently exhale out all of your air, SH. Inhale, deeper, fuller, wider. Seal your lips. Let it go with an HM. Stay long enough to feel that vibration weave its way through your body. Then gentle and soft, begin to crawl your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press the floor away. Swing your right leg back into space. Maybe move through a flow or head right back into downward facing dog. Move it around, feel it out. Take your time. And then we'll find each other in left side of half pigeon. To get there, and inhale to swing the left leg long behind you, bend at the left knee. Swing it forward, placing the left knee all the way over to the left side edge of your mat. Extend your right leg back, back, back behind you. Take your time, right? Set it up with care. Take an inhale, lift the chest tall, and then slow, melt forward over your front leg. Find a space, again, that feels like something. A gentle stretch in the hip. But find that space where you can stay, where you can sustain. Nothing aggressive, nothing forceful. I'm glad to see Jessie here. Before quarantine started, when we were sort of talking about the prospect of a lot of home practice, we were talking about the temptation halfway through the practice to walk to the fridge and get something to eat or something like that, right? And I find, especially for me, it's in these more still and quiet moments where that temptation to check out really begins to make itself apparent. You might begin to look at the time, or maybe check the playlist, or anything to distract from the sensation. If that arises, right, again, it's a point of awareness. It's something to notice, nothing to berate yourself for. But once you have the awareness, then you can make a choice, and you can choose to indulge in maybe old patterns and habits, or you can choose something new. Maybe you choose to stay. Maybe you choose to close your eyes. Maybe you choose to get even more interested in this moment, in this breath, in this feeling in your body. Exhale out all of your air, SH. Inhale deep, full and wide. HM. This time, finding your transition just a little bit differently, you'll begin to walk your hands underneath your shoulders once more. When you feel your spine erect, roll over onto your left butt cheek and simply swing your right leg forward so that both your legs are in front of you. Bend your knees, plant the soles of your feet to the floor, reach your arms out long in front of you, palms facing one another. Using the strength of your belly, slowly begin to roll your back down to meet the floor, inch by inch, bone by bone. When you get to the bottom and your shoulders tap the mat, pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice tight little squeeze. Maybe rock a little side to side, massage your lower back. Take one big inhale, feel your belly press against your thighs. And then on your exhale, let your arms and your legs fall out long onto the floor. Right here, right now, we'll begin to set up for our final posture, Savasana. Again, greet this posture with just as much care and awareness as all the postures that guided you to it. Find its specificity. Let your legs spill out long from your hips, toes fall open. Let your arms stretch soft and easy by your sides, palms face up. Broad chest, soft throat, easy jaw. Do your best to close your eyes. And as you continue to sink deeper and deeper and deeper into your body, into the floor, just keep one ear open for a couple of announcements. The first and foremost, of course, is thank you. Thank you so, so much for your practice. Thank you for choosing to find your way to your mat, gifting us, each other, this virtual space with your body, your breath, and your energy. We are and always will be a donation-based studio, so anything you're able to offer monetarily is always appreciated. If you're not in a position to give right now, spread the word, tell a friend, bring a parent or a loved one, keep spreading this yoga, however you can. As I mentioned before class, we have a fellowship opportunity for our next teacher training. That's all through our social media. If you have questions about it, Feel free to ask after class. I'll be on this call for about 10 minutes after class to connect and answer any questions you might have. As always, we'll end class with a quote and a breath. These are some words from Mary Oliver. I know you never intended to be in this world, but you're in it all the same. So why not get started immediately? I mean, belonging to it. There is so much to admire, to weep over, and to write music or poems about. Bless the feet that take you to and fro. Bless the eyes and the listening ears. Bless the tongue, the marvel of taste. Bless touching. You could live 100 years, it's happened, or not. I am speaking from the fortunate platform of many years, none of which I think I ever wasted. Do you need a prod? Do you need a little darkness to get you going? Let me be as urgent as a knife then, and remind you of Keats, so single of purpose and thinking, for a while, he had a lifetime. Once more, please exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty your lungs. Inhale, let it radiate through every corner of your body. HA. You're more than welcome to stay in your Savasana for as long as you'd like. If and when you're ready, you might begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll onto one side of your body and rise back up to a seated position. Maybe seal your practice with a bow of your head, a breath of your own. I once more, thanks Corinne, put the information in the chat box if you want to go to the donate page of Yoga to the People. We're also on Venmo now, so that's at Yoga to the People. And again, my Instagram link is there. Yeah, Jesse, I saw you were on that mat the whole time. Great, awesome. Also now you have the option to unmute yourself if you have any questions, if you want to connect in any way, I'd be happy to hear from you. Thanks, Stephanie.